G'day, I'm Ben Ryan from Ryan Performance Horses. Me and my fiancée Tamika run Ryan Performance Horse. We specialise in training reining, challenge and cow horses. I'm here today to have a chat to you at the RTA clinic at Dalby. It's the first annual clinic we're going to be running out here. These RTA clinics and the RTA, Reining Trainers Australia, is designed to give people a leg up and a little bit of a help into the industry through these clinics. We get some of the best reining trainers in the country, and they donate their time, and through that we bring you reining RTA brings you the clinics in Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. So if you go to our RTA Facebook page, you'll be able to check in the nearest clinic near you. Today I'm just here to have a little bit of a chat to you about some of the gear that we use, predominantly the saddle that we use in reining. They're a specialised saddle, and for those of you that have been in other disciplines, either camp drafting, challenging or local pony club, and you're interested in getting into reining, the common question that's asked to us as trainers is what saddle do I need, or what gear do I need to get into reining? In reining we have NRHA sanctioned events, and we also have unsanctioned events. The unsanctioned events are for people wanting to have a try. You can use pretty much any legal saddle, so yes, the stock saddles, fender saddles, cutting saddles are fine, but when we get into the NRHA events, by then you should be sort of looking at getting into a purpose-built saddle. So today I just want to go through a couple of little attributes of the reining saddle. I'll just move this horse around for us a little bit so we can see. This is a 3-year-old futurity horse for next year. He's by one of our good Australian breeders that support reining. He's by Recycled Genetics. So what I bring up the age of this horse for is basically he's not a fully matured, developed horse yet. So as this horse gets bigger, he's going to get more mass through his top line and through his shoulders. The one thing that separates the reining saddle from obviously some of our traditional Australian stock saddles is the seat and the horn, the way that the swell and the cantle is set up on a Western saddle or predominantly a reining saddle. What we want on a reining saddle is a horse to have close contact. This saddle here that I'm showing you is a Southern Cross saddle. They're a saddlery in Brisbane, Queensland. This saddle's been made for the reining horse and for the reining horse discipline. So through the back here we have quite a big pocket for when we do our sliding stops. We want a saddle that doesn't throw us forward. It sits us in a position where we can get on the pockets of our jeans and get our legs forward, in a position that's not going to get us forward in the saddle during the stop and manoeuvre. So the seat, the rise at the front of the saddle is once again, generally you look at a cutting saddle, they'll have a flatter seat. It'll be a bigger pocket. So in a reining saddle we'll have a lot more rise up to the swell. We like our saddles to be close contact, so when I say close contact, being able to allow our legs to be on the side of a horse. A reining horse is ridden a lot with legs as well as our leg and hand cues. So you'll see underneath here, unlike a fender saddle which will get your legs quite forward for the speed event it was designed for in camp drafting, the reining saddle we want to have our legs back a little on the horse to be able to move those hips, shoulders and rib cages. So this saddle underneath here we can see has quite a big cutout, so it allows when your leg is in the fender to have close contact on the side of the horse. That's basically the rider aspect of the reining saddle, why we want one, for our seating position in the stops and also in the rest of the reining pattern. Just quickly, I always recommend getting your horse's saddle checked by a saddle fitter or a quality saddle builder. Horses change their conformation and shape throughout their growing into maturity. As a 4 or 5-year-old horse, you could roughly say on a quarter horse. So it's a good idea if you start to get back issues, to constantly, once every 6 or 12 months, just to get someone qualified to have a look over your saddle and make sure they're not pinching on the horse or causing any sort of discomfort. The things I look for in a reining saddle or any good fit saddle is I want clearance through the shoulders. So when I cinch my saddle down, I don't want the saddle to be pulling down hard over the withers. I want nice, when the horse travels, I want nice clearance through the shoulder over the skirts of the saddle. I want to definitely make sure I'm not bridging anywhere along the horse's spine. So under his wither, through to his spine and through to his hind quarter, we want nice clearance over the horse's back. The other thing I look for is the contour of the saddle pad and the saddle. It wants to have good clearance and not be sort of at the back here. Sometimes you'll see some of the saddles that are a little longer will be digging into a horse's kidney area. So if I just turn side on here, you can see that the horse has got good clearance right up over his back and through his haunches. So they're just a couple of little things that I look for in a basic saddle fit. You know, the other thing we use is a good quality saddle pad. You don't need to spend a lot of money. I myself, you know, riding a lot of different horses, I just like to use a standard sort of 3/4 inch felt pad. The one thing that lets a felt pad down is that in the contact point of the saddle and the pad, so generally over the horse's shoulder, over his withers, where the pressure of the saddle sits on the pad, the foam will start to compress. Once your foam compresses, it loses its cushioning ability to, you know, take the impact out of the saddle on the horse's back. So I throw them away once that saddle pad starts to collapse the foam. But apart from that, hopefully I've answered a few questions about getting into reining and sort of the gear or the saddle that you need. This RTA page, we're hoping to do quite a few short little minute videos, and that will help the person looking to get into reining, the sort of gear and the sort of horses that they need. So I'm Ben Ryan from Ryan Performance Horses, and it's been a real pleasure trying to help you get into the sport of reining. We hope to see you all in the show pen as soon as you can, and thank you very much.